Yeah, so Elaine, we were talking about the change of, mother to daughter and what that's like when the daughter has children. What about, or what do you anticipate about, because obviously the woman actually has the children, doesn't she, physically and so on. Whereas, as and if and when your son has children, that would be a slightly different kind of experience. So what do you anticipate, if anything, in terms of a change in relationship in relation to that? What are your kind of random thoughts about it?
I think in some ways it will be similar to a daughter in the sense that there is an appreciate. If you're a participating grandparent, there's going to be an appreciation of what you do to participate, isn't there? And there isn't many parents in the land would not want a grandparent participating, particularly if they were going to just get on with it and help as opposed to criticise. So yeah, I can only see positives really with Thomas. When if he has children, I think he'd be really appreciative and it would probably bring us closer, because it's so hard as a parent. I think it's even harder these days because you don't really necessarily have family on the doorstep.
Mm.
If you can give help and support in different ways, people, people are very busy, aren't they? And life is very difficult for people with young children. Probably more difficult. I don't know whether it's more difficult than in our day, but potentially it is, isn't it?
So, any other general reflections on being a grandmother now compared with being a mother yourself? Like you were saying earlier about looking back, and
Yeah,
there's more knowledge out there now about, but yeah, what's your kind of general
yeah.
thoughts about?
I think you feel because you brought children up yourself, you know how quickly that period goes. So you do. You don't really worry about any parts of having young children around, because you know that you get through and they develop. And I think as a grandparent, you're not so worried about as a parent is about what they can do, because in the end that they all sort of get there.
Right.
Majority do.
Right.
So you're not really thinking, oh, they haven't spoken a word yet, or they're not walking, or so you're quite laid back about that, because you just know from your own experiences, it is pretty irrelevant, really. They all get on and develop at different points, don't they, in different stages. And what a child's like